Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmore here on this Wednesday night. As always, back to you again with another video right here on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling page, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video, hit the subscribe button down below, subscribe to all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And as always, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, share this video all over the internet, and don't forget to tap that bell and turn on all my notifications so you never, ever miss an upload. And that's pretty much it. So like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to tap that bell and get notified when I do my videos. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alrighty, before I start, I'd like to thank everybody for viewing my election day rant that I did yesterday. We still don't have a winner. Probably won't have a winner till maybe Friday, though from what the sources are saying that Mr. Biden might be winning, might have just about won this election. He's at 261 votes, electoral votes right now, and Trump has 214. But Trump's asking for recounts in Michigan, so it's gonna be a long time before we find out who officially wins this fucking thing. So it might not be this week. It might be next week. It might be till after Thanksgiving at this point. Who knows? But we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. And then, like I said, if Biden wins, I don't give two shits. The country's going to be fall into further socialism and further down the toilet. And you can imagine that when if Biden wins, there's going to be a full United States lockdown due to this fucking virus. So nobody's going out except for guys like me who are essential workers who have to go out and doing this fucking virus. And maybe we'll get a stimulus check by January. But who knows what's going to happen with that? I don't know. So we shall see what happens with that. I'm watching the AEW Dynamite replay on my DVR, so I'm just watching the ending of most of the end. So we'll see what happens with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Wednesday night, November the 4th, 2020, or if you're watching from somewhere else, November the 5th is now November the 5th, 2020. It is time on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel, as always on Wednesday nights. It is time for your late night AEW Dynamite review for November the 4th, 2020, from Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. The go-home show before this Saturday night's final pay-per-view of the year for AEW, Full Gear 2. Coming your way this Saturday night from Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. So, let's see what happens with that. We have a stacked card on Saturday. I'll talk about that tomorrow on TGC 182. I meant to do my Halloween vlog. I'm gonna scrap that. I really didn't do anything for Halloween besides work and give out candy before I went to work with the missus. So it is what it is, and then that's pretty much it. So really didn't do much on Halloween, and that's it. Now we're gearing up for Thanksgiving in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks from tomorrow. So gonna get that. We got Veterans Day next Wednesday. So a lot of people have off. I have off. Hopefully, I technically have the day off because I have. After Saturday, I have 5 days off, but we'll see. I have to keep my schedule, my schedule open just in case they need me on one of those days. So hopefully, well, I don't care about Sunday because the Niners play tomorrow. Though that may change because one of the Niners got COVID. So I don't know if they're gonna even do the game tomorrow. A couple of guys on the Packers have COVID. They had to stop their practice. I think it was yesterday. So who knows if the game's going to even happen tomorrow? So check your local Fox station because it's going to be on Fox and the NFL Network. So we'll see if the game happens tomorrow, and then the Packers will probably destroy the Niners because no Garoppolo, no Kittle, no Debo. The Niners are freaking cursed this year. The revenge tour has probably just can't come to an end. The next couple games for the Niners are going to be fucking hard, especially tomorrow, and then next Sunday, not this Sunday, next Sunday, they play at New Orleans against the Saints. Then you got the Rams in Los Angeles, I believe. And then they got the Bills coming up after that, after Thanksgiving, the week after Thanksgiving. So if they can go 6-5, they may have a chance at the playoffs. But it's really right now they are 4-4, kind of looking on the outside looking in. If the playoffs started today, they won't make it. So and with Jimmy G out for the year. Nick Mullins is going to be the quarterback for the rest of the season, and I have no faith in him. So, even though he almost brought us back last week against the Seahawks, but it was too little, too late. So. Yeah, pull my lip, so got little chapped lips. So. Anyway, so we'll see what happens on tomorrow night with the Niners. Hopefully they can win at home against the Packers, but not going to be easy. And without Jimmy G, without Kittle, who's supposedly out 6 to 8 weeks, so he's saying he's going to be out 2 weeks. So he'll be back if he does come back. He'll be coming back after the New Orleans Saints game to play against the Rams. So he'll be coming back in week 11, which is after after the bye. So I think after the Saints game they have the bye, and then after the bye they got the Rams and then the Bills, or they got somebody else after that. But we'll see what happens with that. And then that's it for tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll do my NXT review. And so I got a couple of videos tomorrow. I want to try to get three videos up. I didn't do my Raw review. I'm going to do that tomorrow. Probably tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, sometime tomorrow, early tomorrow afternoon. And then probably tomorrow evening, I'm going to do my NXT review. And then after that, I'll do my Full Gear predictions on TGC 182, and get you ready for the weekend. And then Friday night, probably like around this time, I'll be doing my SmackDown review. And then Saturday night on this channel, I'm going to give you my Full Gear review for the show. So lots of videos coming your way over the next couple of days. And then we start gearing up for the next couple of weeks. We got NXT TakeOver War Games coming up on the 21st, which is 2 weeks away. We got Survivor Series 2 weeks from Sunday. So I'll be doing a lot of reviews and especially my AEW review and my NXT review. So we shall see what happens with all that as we move on from there. And that's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, enough about that bull crap. It is time for your AEW Dynamite review. And I farted, and I hope you heard that because it smells really good. And that's all I can say about that. All right. So let's begin the review, and we have Don Callis, who was on on yeah, Don Callis. I just saw Don Callis on Dynamite tonight, talking about the Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page feud. So they're talking about that as of right now. So I'll get to that in a minute. So we begin the show with half of the Inner Circle. We have Le Champion, Chris Jericho, Jake Hager coming off his decision win in Bellator last week. Sporting the after effects of that. And we also had Santana. They're talking to Dasha, not Dasha Fuentes, Dasha, whatever her last name is. So Jericho congratulates Hager on his MMA win. Saying he's a machine, blah, blah, blah. Like, he can hold his own and all that other stuff. He's strong and everything, blah, blah, blah. And then in comes MJF and Wardlow, as they're going to be taking on Ortiz and Sammy Guevara coming up. MJF says there's been a lot of tension, especially from last week with the town hall meeting. And he's like, I don't want that when I joined the Inner Circle. We don't have no tension. And Jared was like, well, Maxwell, I don't know if you have that killer instinct in you to join the Inner Circle. Matter of fact, I think you've gone soft. Soft. The Michael penis, if you know what I mean. So I'm just like, I'm soft? We'll see. So we'll see what happens with that as we go to the ring for our first match. I gave the first segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. So then Jericho comes out to his team, and everybody's singing and dancing as usual to Judas. So he comes out, and then we get to match number 1. MJF and Wardlow taking on Ortiz and Sammy Guevara. Not a bad match. Not that bad to start off. Starts off with Wardlow, and it was supposed to look like it was about to start with MJF and Sammy, but MJF like he was about to start, and then he's like, I'm going to tag in Wardlow. So Wardlow comes in, Sammy's like, I'm going to tag in Ortiz. So they go at it. Wardlow sends Ortiz in the corner. Ortiz flies over him, hits the ropes, hits a drop kick to the knee. That's a right hand to the face, and goes for a kick. It gets caught by Wardlow. Wardlow lifts and hits a choke slam to Ortiz. Tags in MJF. MJF goes for a knee drop and missed. And Ortiz with a punch to the back, and then a right hand to the head. Hits the ropes and runs into Wardlow as Wardlow hit him in the back with a knee. Wardlow with a right hand while the referees is distracted with MJF. And then MJF stops Ortiz in the corner. And then Texan Wardlow, they go to work on Ortiz for a while. MJF steps on Ortiz's hand. Ortiz tries to bite MJF. But MJF baits Sammy into the ring, and the referee's like, he has to hold him back. I think it was Aubrey Edwards that had to hold him back. And then Ortiz with a chop to Wardlow. He gets whipped by MJF and it's a very bad. MJF hits a mean old arm drag, covers for a near fall. So they keep going to work on Ortiz, and Ortiz comes back with an enziguri. MJF tags to Wardlow, who knocks off from behind, and then a foot stomp. Ortiz then gets tagged to Sammy. Sammy comes in like a house of fire with an enziguri, a running knee, a pump kick. Wardlow blocks. Sammy spins, kick to the jaw. Wardlow falls back and tags in MJF. And Sammy hits a running knee, and then a crossbody to Wardlow. He's going crazy. Springboard crossbody to both of them on the outside. Then Sammy gets back in, hits the ropes, hits a corkscrew tope con hilo on the MJF. Goes in the ring, flies over the top on top of Wardlow with basically the same move. He throws MJF in the ring. Sammy lifts MJF up and kicks him in the back for a near fall. Ortiz gets in the ring. He helps Sammy sit MJF in the corner. Wardlow comes in and drops Sammy, and then Ortiz with a drop kick to Wardlow. And MJF's still in the corner, and he flies off with the arm of Ortiz and starts beating him up for a little bit. And Ortiz clotheslines Wardlow out of the ring. MJF turns. Sammy's there to stay him down. So they're about to go at it. And they do some, they flip, and they kip up a little bit. So, some technical wrestling for once. And MJF flips Sammy. Sammy lands on his feet, and MJF hits the old thumb to the eye on Rowdy Piper. MJF hits the knees, and then Sammy comes back with a running knee to MJF. Then he hits the go to sleep or the GTH, go to hell. Covers him for a very near fall as Wardlow comes in to break it up. Ortiz comes in to attack Wardlow, and Ortiz and Sammy whip Wardlow, and Sammy hits a drop kick, and then Ortiz with a face buster, and then Sammy with a running shooting star press onto MJF. Ortiz with a running senton, and then Aubrey Edwards screaming, "Get out of the ring!" Then a legal tag to Ortiz. They put MJF up in the corner. They lock up for a double superplex, but Wardlow comes over to Goozle, Ortiz, and Sammy. They take MJF along for the ride for a Tower of Doom spot. And then Wardlow drags MJF to the corner, tags himself in, picks up Ortiz, hits the F10, and goes for the cover. He gets a near fall as Sammy comes off the top rope with a big frog splash to break up the pin. MJF gets the tag. Sammy sends him to the outside, hits a springboard 450 into an axe handle to MJF. And then Sammy sees Serpentico, or so we thought it was Serpentico, flips him off. And Serpentico removes his mask, and it's revealed to be Matt Hardy as he hit him with a chair in the stomach. And then Matt Hardy rips off his mask, like, "Oh, version 1." And so he lays out Sammy on the outside, and then he goes further to out of sight. While in the ring, MJF grabs Ortiz's arm, locks in salt in the earth, and Ortiz taps out. And that's that. So MJF and Wardlow pick up the win. Match is all right. Gave it 3 out of 5 stars. So that's that. Afterwards, MJF goes up the ramp, and he's celebrating with Wardlow. Then he walks over to the commentary area where Jericho is, and then he runs and spears Jericho. The backdrop falls over, and they go. He starts mounting Jericho, some ground and pound, and then Hager and Santana come from the back to break it up, and Wardlow has to hold MJF back, and Jericho's smiling from ear to ear, and then he stands and stares MJF down. So it's a good storyline progression for their match on Saturday. Where if MJF wins, he joins the Inner Circle. I think he will, but then he'll kick out Wardlow. Wardlow is and him in a package deal. Eventually, I think Wardlow, he's going to turn on Wardlow. Wardlow's going to go on this monster babyface run where he beats the crap out of MJF. But you never know. We'll see what happens with that. And we will move on from here. So like I said, gave all that 2.5, 3 5 stars, and that's that. All right, there we get a sit-down interview from the end of the day with Tony Schiavone, Schiavone, whatever you want to call it, with his guest Kenny Omega. And supposedly it's his house, though because he recently relocated to Jacksonville, but they said it's not his house. I don't know whose house it was. Maybe it was Tony Khan's house, or maybe it was Tony Schiavone's house. I don't know. He's petting a dog that's not even his. So Kenny says he relocated temporarily to focus on the match with him and Adam Page. He got replacement matches, with Pentagon Jr. Blah blah blah. So they both talk about being a space product from AEW. They talk about wins and losses. He could have walked into Tony Khan's office and asked how they could have handled that. How about a few buys? I don't know what that meant. And Tony wouldn't dispute it. Instead, he won on his own merits. And Kenny wants, if it was that obvious that it would be him and Page in the finals. He actually thought Waldo was going to win and go to the finals and face him, but that didn't happen. Then he's talking about all the tournaments he's been in, especially a big tournament, kind of referencing the G1. He's like, he asked Tony who would he bet on, and Tony's like, well, I probably would bet on you. They ask us, the viewer, ask us, the AEW universe, is it going to be him or is it going to be Adam Page? And then he says he's destined to win the match and be the next AEW World Heavyweight Champion. So we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 3 5 stars, and we'll see what happens on Saturday between him and Adam Page. I think, and I said this since the beginning of the tournament, this is Kenny's tournament to win. He's the king of tournaments, so he's going to beat Adam Page, and then probably turn on him, become the cleaner, and then probably by the end of the year, or maybe the first Dynamite of 2021, he'll beat either Moxley or Eddie wins that I Quit match, which I think is going to be Moxley. So he's probably going to beat Moxley probably by the end of the year or at the beginning of 2021. No, they might hold that match all the way till Revolution in February, and then Kenny will hold it for about a month and a half, and then lose it to Adam Page at Double or Nothing, which I think sucks. I think Kenny should have a nice 6 to maybe year-long reign, but we'll see what happens when we get to that, and that's that. So like I said, 3 to 5 stars, and that's that. All right, then we get to number 2. We had Mito smash on that pussy, yeah. And he comes out with Kip Sabian and his lovely wife. Well, I believe they're married now. Not on TV, but in real life, his wife Penelope Ford. And then we see Trent. We see Trent come out with Chucky T and Orange Cassidy and best friends. So they come out, and Justin Roberts is about to introduce them. So he introduces Miro, and then Miro takes the mic and wants to introduce Trent in his own way. He's saying this match is until Trent falls because he's stupid and his mom is something, or he was about to say mom's a bitch or some shit like that, which pissed Trent off. And then the match starts. Trent with a drop kick, tries for a spinning DDT, but Miro shoved him away. And then Miro with a suplex and starts beating up on the face of Trent, and covers for a near fall. So he goes back to work on Trent. Trent comes back with a chop. Miro with an uppercut, and then some stomps on the corner, a boot to the neck, as Kip Sabian's talking some smack at ringside. So Miro goes back to work. Trent beating the living bejesus out of him. And then Miro chokes Trent up on the second rope, and the referee counts the 4 because he's got 5. So Miro stops, and then Chucky T grabs Kip Sabian on the outside and sends him into the stage. Then he chases Kip through some steps. So he goes up to Orange Cassidy, who just stands there like a statue. Surprised Penelope didn't kick his ass or anything, but anyway. Miro into the corner, hits a big splash. Then he sends him into the other corner. Trent goes up the corner, then back down on that. Miro misses a splash. Trent hits a chop, then another one. And then Miro sends Trent to the outside, sends him into the barricade. Tosses Trent into the ring post arm first. Ow. Sends him back in the ring. Miro drops some elbows to the shoulders. So he's working on the shoulder. Then he locks in a rear naked choke. And Orange tries to motivate his friend by lightly tapping him. He's like, and then Penelope Ford grabs his arm to stop it. Then smacks Orange in the face. Orange takes Penelope's sunglasses off and then puts them on over his face or whatever, something like that. And then out of nowhere, the Dark Order come out, beating up Orange Cassidy. So kind of a little bit storyline progression to his match with John Silver on the buy-in. So we'll see what happens. I think Orange Cassidy's gonna win that. Though as much as John Silver was so over on BTE, and probably will win the Gator Golf BTE championship next week on this Monday afternoon on BTE episode number 230, I think it is. I forgot, I lost count what number it's up to, so we'll see that. Speaking of John Silver, so they attack Orange Cassidy from behind. Silver runs with a kick to the head, and the referee tosses all of them to the back. Silver starts flipping. It's like, what? Johnny Hungee! So Miro goes outside and tells the Dark Order to get to the back. Get the fuck to the back. He hits the ropes and hits a big kick to the chest of Trent. And with a fist to the head. Trent goes to the jaw. And then a punch to the jaw. Elbow to the face, and then another one. Miro shows Trent. Trent comes off the ropes with a clothesline, but Miro stands doesn't fall. Trent with another clothesline, still not going to fall. And Trent hits the corner. Miro misses a splash. And Trent hits another clothesline. That's like fifth clothesline. Miro goes down. Trent pins for a 1 count. House kick. Trent with a German suplex. Runs out for a knee, but Miro catches him, drops Trent with a hard slam, cover for a near fall. And then he stomps. He looks for the Machka kick, but missed it. Trent with a roller for a near fall. Miro runs. Trent holds the ropes. Miro falls to the outside. Trent hits the ropes, dives over the top onto Miro on the outside with a suicide dive. And then they bring it back in. Trent out of the corner with a running high knee for a near fall. Then he goes to the ropes, tries for a springboard, but he tripped. So I don't know if that was a botch by Trent. I don't know. Miro takes advantage, stomps on the back, knocks in the game over or the accolade. Now he calls it the game over, or the camel clutch, fuck him in the ass, make him humble. And Trent tapped out. And that was it. So Miro gets his first singles win in AEW. He's now 3-0 because he got the 2 wins in tag matches. So that counts. So it is what it is. So Picks of the Win match, I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. Not a bad match. Afterwards, Miro locks in the game over once again. Chases Trent to the outside. Grabs Trent that they told him that he has no manners and it's all his mother's fault. While he's still mouthing off to Trent, Orange Cassidy walks the apron, gets on the top rope, flies out with a coffin drop on the Miro and Kip. I don't know why he's using a coffin drop, but okay. Somebody's gonna be Mr. Darby Allin's gonna be pissed that he's stealing his move. It is what it is, and that's pretty much it. So we'll see what happens with all this. As we go into Full Gear, I don't know, it might be another match on the buy-in, or it might be next week. But we'll see what happens with that. So give all that 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's that. All right, then we go to another sit-down interview. This time with good old JR and his guest Hangman Adam Page. He has a glass of whiskey. Where's my glass, Adam? Come on. No, I don't have I have soda, but I don't have any liquor with me to be like Adam Page. I'm gonna probably get it tomorrow. I get paid tomorrow, so I might go out to the liquor store and grab me a big bottle of Jack. But it is what it is. So Page says he feels time to prepare, and he knew it was going to be him and Kenny in the finals, so he's had a lot of time to prepare. And he says he's going to whip Kenny's ass at the pay-per-view. So JR says that they were a great team, longest reigning AEW tag team champions in AEW history at 200 and some odd days. And he asks how does this play into the strategy. Page says he knows all of Omega's moves and know how to reverse them. JR's like, I don't buy that. I know you're lying. Are you nervous? You know, and he's like, have you been drinking all day? So Page's like, yeah, I get you right. Yeah, you got me. I'm nervous. Everyone walks through that tunnel and gets nervous. So, yeah, he's nervous. The first day they started this company, he said he was going to be champion, and everyone was right because they never believed him. And he says if he doesn't win Saturday, he doesn't know what he's in this glass of whiskey. And then JR's like, maybe you should drink in moderation, and because it's important. So that wasn't a bad interview with JR and Page. So we'll see what happens on Saturday. And like I said, I think Kenny's going to win the match, win the tournament, go on to face Moxley, maybe after the pay-per-view on a special edition of Dynamite, or whenever that match does happen. If it happens before Revolution in February, we don't know when that match will happen, but it will happen. Like I said, I think Kenny's going to win. Probably defend it against Moxley again in a rematch. Probably at Revolution in February. He's going to beat Moxley again. So he'll win the feud. He'll win it 2-1 and hold on to the title until Double or Nothing. Or if Page somehow gets it back. Somehow either he becomes no more contender or they actually go by the ranking system, which I'll get to in a minute. But we'll see what happens. And that's all I can say about that. So not a bad interview with JR and Page. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And that's all I got to say about that. And we move on. All right, we go to break. We come back with, commentary's talking and Jericho's talking, and then they get interrupted by Taz and his crew. Brian Cage, TW champion, and Absolute Ricky Starks. And comes out, he's pissed. And he wants us what he did today. He said for 3 hours he sat outside Tony Khan's office trying to 2 minutes of his precious time. And then a production assistant comes up and tells him that Tony's busy dealing with people that are going to compete on Saturday. So he's kind of a busy man, especially with his Jaguars, that I'm not doing so good. So that he tells Tony Schiavone, I think it was Schiavone. He tells Tony Khan that he forced Taz to come out with a live mic. Oh boy, nobody comes. You know what happens when you can't come out with a live mic? Shoot, brother. So he mentions the ranking system, and he believes in it. He mentions Cage is 10-1, and he's ranked number 1. So it's basically the number 1 contender to Moxley's title, though they're going with Eddie Kingston for some odd reason. Then he brings up Ricky Starks, that he's won the last 10 of his 11 matches, but he's not even ranked, which kind of pisses him off. Then Ricky Starks says he has opened and closed Dynamite and proven why they call him Absolute Ricky Starks. So he's like, why can't I be ranked? He says 1 + 1 is 2, so that kind of makes sense. But what doesn't make sense is how they don't have a match for him or Cage on Saturday. And he's telling Tony to make it make sense. And said that Cody's going to be defending the belt against Darby. It's going to be back. He says Darby and Cody all spoiled and give them what they want. So Taz wants to talk to Cody. Says he runs around here looking good with fancy title, his business suit, and all that other stuff. I'll do the work. But he says that Cage and Starks are getting worked. He says this Saturday there will be an FTW presence, and he guarantees it. So I don't know if that's gonna play a part in the Cody Darby Allin match, or maybe somewhere in the buy-in. Maybe, I don't know. Somewhere during the night, Team Taz is gonna wreak havoc, and it's probably gonna be causing a lot of clusterfucks and all that other shit. So we'll see what happens with that. So I gave the Taz kind of shoot promo 3 out of 5 stars, and we'll see what happens Saturday with them. And that's that. All right, then we get to match. So Private Party come out first. They come out with Matt Hardy, and as they get in the ring, and then Matt Hardy's about to get in the ring, he gets attacked from behind by Sammy Guevara, who hits him with the twist of fate on the ramp, lays him out, and Guevara's just going to the back. Chris Jericho's going crazy. So we'll see what happens with them ahead of their Elite Deletion. I guess probably gonna be a cinematic match. That's gonna be at the Hardy compound. I don't think it's gonna be live. I think they probably taped it sometime this week, or maybe they're taping it tomorrow, Friday. I don't know. Or they might actually tape it Saturday afternoon, or they might actually have it live. I don't know. So maybe we'll see Senor Benjamin, and we'll see Bret Hardy. We'll see Maxwell, Bartholomew, and who's the other one? Maxwell. I forgot the other kid's name. Damn it. We'll probably see the kids, and they'll probably do some shit. You know, they'll probably do something like, get on, like, you know, as much as I want it, I want Nero or Willow come out. Probably not gonna happen, but you never know. That would be something, but then Vince will probably yell at Jeff Hardy and probably fire him. But that's that. So we'll see what happens on Saturday in the Elite Deletion match, and I think Matt Hardy's going to pick up the victory and probably end this feud and then go its own way, and we'll see what happens with that. All right, then we get to the match with the Bucks and Private Party. This was a great match. Not that's pretty good match. So also with Nick Jackson and Marquine, they do some arm drag work. Nick slows it down with an arm bar. Tags and Matt still selling that ankle injury from I believe they go to work on Marquine with the arm bar. Eventually, Marquine gets attacked by Isaiah Cassidy. Nick comes in, and then Nick with a drop toe hold, and then drop Tags and Matt, and they double team. They send Isaiah Cassidy into ropes, hit a back elbow. Marquine comes in, they suplex him on top of his partner. Ow. Then they double drop kick Isaiah Cassidy out of the ring. Then they springboard splash over the top rope. Matt's favoring. Nick sends Isaiah Cassidy in the ring. Calls for the tag to save his brother some pain, but Cassidy punches him in the gut. Sends Nick into the ropes. Cassidy locks the head. Springboard call for Martin. And then to Matt, excuse me. And then Matt with the dropkick gets the tag to Nick. I lost my spot. And then Isaiah Cassidy comes in. They drop Nick with a Manhattan drop. They hit Insecurity into a camel clutch. Then a hip attack all to Nick. Matt comes in and they send both men out of the ring on opposite ends. They hit the ropes and they hit stereo suicide dives. Then they go back in. They're posing enough. Blah blah blah. They grab Nick. And they hit a back suplex. They kip up together. And they go to the top rope. Matt shoves Isaiah Cassidy off the corner, and he falls to the stage hard. Ouch. Marquis flies off the corner, rolls through. Matt gets the tag. Nick with a kick. Marquis is on his hands and knees. They hit a running knee and a kick in the corner. And they hit a bulldog into a dropkick from. Then Matt drapes Marquis on the bottom rope. Nick flies off the corner with a somersault splash for a near fall as they get in the ropes. And Matt still hurt. He was like grimacing, holding his leg, still selling that leg injury. I say Cassidy stopped the pin. He gets sent to the outside. Nick is on apron, hits a running punt to the face, and it was good. That sets up for the Indie Taker, the Meltzer driver. Marquis reverses and sends Nick to the outside. Matt's fade low for a near fall. This Marquis up, but Marquis hits some right hands. Nick gets the tag. They hit a catapult into a fist. Marquis falls back on the knees. Nick stomps the crap out of him. And he sends him into the corner face first. Tags back in Matt. Matt with a right hand, does another one, and then a couple of axe handles wrap out of Marquis. And then he mounts and as he's keeping Marquis now, so they're isolating him for a little bit. They send him into the ropes. Marquis flips out of a hold, sends the Bucks into one another. Then he hits a flying head scissors on both. Gets the hot tag to Isaiah Cassidy, who hits the springboard Gilmore Cutter. Bang. He clotheslines Nick, then another one. He sends Nick into the ropes. Cassidy kicks out of the corner, heads to the apron, hops over a trip. Then he kicks Matt, and then a high kick to Nick. He flies with a springboard into a reverse blockbuster. Then he goes off the rope, flies over the whip-de-doo on the Bucks. And then he sends Nick into the ring, covers for a near fall. Sends Nick into the corner and hits a code breaker. Cassidy holds on to the head. Shooting press on the neck. Tags back. Nick with a right hand of Marquis hits Cassidy with one of his own. Looks for it's not ready. He's still kind of hurting. Marquis sends Nick to the corner. Nick sits up top. They hit the gin and juice. They hit the gin and juice for a near fall as Matt comes in to stop it. Cassidy sends Matt outside the ring. And then Marquis goes to the top. Goes to the shooting star, lands on his feet. And Nick hits a spear. And then hits a wicked super kick to Isaiah Cassidy. And then hits a running knee. He sits onto a pin for a near fall. Tag grabs Marquis limping all the way around. They call for the Meltzer driver again. Cassidy pulls Nick off the apron. Marquis rolls it up again. It gets reversed again. And they don't get the pin. Matt then kicks. Marquis holds goes for a kick. Marquine holds it. He kicked him right in the face and held on to it. It was freaking sick. And then the Bucks hit the BTE trigger on Marquine. 1, 2, 3. The Bucks get the win, and some momentum going into the match with FTR for the AEW tag team belts. And if they don't win, they will never fight for the tag team belts again, kind of like Cody from last year with the world title. So we'll see what happens with that. And that's pretty good. I give it 3.5 out of 5 stars. Now it's that. As when come in with Lee Blanchard, they clip the leg of Matt Jackson. Dax grabs Nick, forces him to watch as they're about to further break the leg of Matt. And then Hangman Adam Page runs out with his empty glass of whiskey, forces FTR to leave the ring, grabs the chair off of Nick's leg, and then Kenny Omega comes out to check on the Bucks as FTR. The Bucks stand and they're checking on each other as down Omega with not fist with Adam. Well, the Young Bucks from the ring, and Adam Page looks pissed. Like I said, Kenny's gonna get the win, and then he's gonna turn heel and become the cleaner. And then Page will probably try to get a rematch on the on the show maybe next week. But he'll probably get his ass handed to him again. And this is going to be a continuing thing all through the rest of 2020 into 2021, where he's getting beat down, but eventually he gets back up, and then eventually we'll get the number one contender slot somehow, and he'll face Kenny at Double or Nothing, and then he'll beat Kenny, get his moment in the sun, probably hold onto the belt for maybe a month or two, and then probably they'll give it to MJF, or they'll give it to somebody else. Who knows? And that's that. And we move on from there. And that's that. So 3.5 out of 5 stars. All right, break. Tony's in the ring, and we're ready for our face-to-face with Eddie Kingston and the AEW World Champion Jon Moxley. So Eddie's out first by himself. Tells Tony to hold the mic up for him. Because Tony's like, can't hold up the mic. So out comes Moxley. Eddie Tony to get the crap out of the ring and cut the effing music. Well, he didn't say effing music, but he tells the music to stop. Gets in the face of John, tells him he's going to destroy him, and he's going to take the title and bring it home to his mom and tell her that the reason she didn't have a grandkid is because of the title. The reason she doesn't have a daughter-in-law is because of the title. He had to sell out, and John isn't saving anyone. He's taking the title. He's going to take the title from him. So Moxley gets the mic. Eddie just lets him have it. Right? So he says he'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. He says loyalty is a bitch. And it is. He's been burned time and time again, but never thought he'd be burned by Eddie. He was so happy for him when he signed his contract. So he was happy. Eddie's like, no, you weren't. John says he was happy for Eddie and his mom Ruthie. He sat at that table. He said grace with, who he made a promise to that he would look after Eddie and always have her back. He made the promise to Ruthie, and it looks like he broke that promise. Sucks to be Ruthie. It is what it is. He says he believes that the loudest one in the room is the weakest, and Eddie has been real loud lately. He says Eddie's not weak, so what's going on? He says he knows. He says after 18 years, Eddie finally gets a shot at the world title that he never thought he'd get. He says deep down he knows that Eddie will be in the ring with the best wrestler on the planet, and he's going to lose. So it's a scary thought. He gets it that maybe after 18 years, it turns out Eddie didn't deserve it after all. And the worst part is the part that makes him sick. He says Eddie made a promise to his mother as well. A promise Eddie can't keep. And we find out that Eddie can't touch Moxley, or the match will be thrown out. So Eddie tells John to get ready to kill him. This is real, and John says he's going to show him what real is. Eddie doesn't care about the show. He's like, take me out, do it. The title is mine. So he leaves, goes to the back, and Moxley says this Saturday night at Full Gear, Eddie will find out that when you're alone with nothing but your ego, he will find out that he's not the man he thought he was, and he will say, "I quit." So good promo segment from Eddie and Moxley. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. And we see what happens in the I Quit match at Full Gear. It's going to probably be a hellacious match, probably with weapons, barbed wire. I mean, the works. Maybe some blood. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. I think Moxley's going to get the win. But I do see like the Butcher and the Blade getting involved. The Lucha Brothers getting involved. You know, Eddie's family getting involved. Maybe the Bunny will come out and do something. Who knows what's going to happen with that. And that's pretty much all I got to say about it. So we'll see what happens on Saturday with the AEW World Title. And who says I quit and becomes the AEW World Champion? Does Moxley retain, or will Eddie Kingston finally, after 18 years, after 18 years, get a world title? Even though he's held the Chikara, it was the Chikara Grand Slam title. He's held some, not major titles, but he's held some titles in his career. Not big titles, but it is what it is, and that's that. And like I said, we'll see what happens on Saturday, and that's that. All right, then we go to a video package. Get it? Package with the battered Pac in months. So it's Pac show sitting on a black couch watching AEW, and we see other Pacs behind him shouting at him and yelling like Gollum, precious. You know. So Pac says the funny thing about isolation is that you've got nobody to play with, like besides yourself. He says 7 months. 7 months he's been in isolation due to this fucking virus. So we haven't seen him since April. Well, before I think March, right after Revolution. I think it was the last time we saw him, and the triad, whatever what was it called, the triad of death with him and the Lucha Brothers. I think it was called the pyramid, the death pyramid or something like that. Death trial, I should say. So we haven't seen them in months. We have fucking months because stuck in Ireland or England, wherever he comes from. So maybe we'll see him at Full Gear. I don't know. That's that. But he says, don't worry, he's been here before. He's lost, abandoned. They wanted him to crumble. And every day that passes, he gets better and stronger and faster and more obsessed. Ooh, he's crazy. So maybe, like I said, maybe we'll see Pac come back. I mean, maybe he'll make a comeback at Full Gear, or he'll come back on Dynamite before the year is out. I don't know. I mean, if Bobby Roode can come back and get Canada, and if Dunn come out of England and NXT, you know, maybe Pac can come back. So maybe they're kind of easing on the travel restrictions for some of the wrestlers, but we'll see what happens with that. And we move on from that. So I gave the Pac video package vignette segment or whatever it was. I gave that 3 to 5 stars, and that's all I got to say about that. And we move on. All right, there we go to the back. I believe with I think it was Alex Marvez, or I forget who it was. We see QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes, the Natural Nightmares. They're cutting a promo as we see Brandy and Redfoot getting ready for their match against each other, against Nyla Rose. The Bunny comes up to QT, tells him that his cards are maxed out, Oh, that sucks to be him. And then attack from behind, and we find out that this Wednesday night, next week on the show, they're gonna they're gonna excuse me, they're gonna have a match. So it becomes a match. So we'll see what happens with that next week on the program. And that's that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. And we'll move on from there. All right, then we go to match number 4, Red Velvet with Brandy Rose at ringside, taking on the Native Beast, Rose with Vicky Guerrero at ringside. Nothing great, just another Nyla Rose squash match. It was 2 minutes. Red Velvet tries to out and stomps Nyla on the corner. She chokes Nyla up doing the splits. She chokes Nyla out. That's kind of cool, I guess. And first piece of trash. Steps on the stomach, then lifts her up the single hand. Thought I heard something, but it is what it is. He just goes to work on her and hits a big clothesline, turning Red Velvet inside out. Then she stares down Hikaru Shida, the AEW Women's Champion, who was in the crowd. Telling her the title is hers, and she puts Red on the shoulder, leg. Well, the titties, the chest, whatever you want to call it. Nyla shows Red. Red kicks out of the corner. She goes to the top rope. She dives right onto Nyla's shoulders, but Nyla a big bomb. 1, 2, no. Nyla stops the pin as she picks up Red Velvet. She's like, I'm not finished with this bitch yet. Then she bows to Hikaru Shida, hits the ropes, running knee to face, which is basically Hikaru Shida's finisher, not the Falcon Arrow. But she hits the knee to face. 1, 2, 3, Nyla Rose gets the win. Pretty much a squash. So with 5 stars. So we'll see what happens with that. After the match, I don't know why, but Vicky Guerrero gets on the mic, tells Red Velvet that she's out here with the CEO and still can't get the win. Yeah, she's basically the Brandon Cutler of the women's division. Can't buy a win. She says she has a new name for Brandy, CBSO, Chief Bullshit Officer. And then Nyla steps in front of Brandy to prevent anything from happening. So Vicky goes over to Hikaru Shida to tell her that she has some insight for Saturday. She says Nyla is going to break her bones. Shida will cry and not title for the second time. She says, enjoy the last 3 days of being the champ. Then she starts mocking Shida. Shida grabs her by the neck. Nyla comes into attack. And they go at it. They just start beating each other up while the people in the audience have to hold her back. Both of them back. Good luck with that. So I give that 2 out of 5 stars. And we'll see what happens on Saturday with these 2 lovely women. And who becomes the AEW Women's World Champion. Will be Hikaru Shida continue her long reign as champ, or will Nyla get it back for the second time? I think Nyla will get it back for the second time with help from Vicky, but we'll see what happens. So Nyla will have the belt after Saturday, and she's probably going to have a long reign with it and probably maybe lose it back to Hikaru Shida, and she's going to lose to Britt Baker, DMD, baby, by next year. Probably by Revolution or by Double or Nothing. I think Britt Baker's going to hold that title, and that's that. And we'll see what happens with that. And we move on from there. So 2 out of 5 stars for that. Then we see a Darby Allin video package. Once again, he hits a dude wearing a Cody Rhodes mask, and we see him in the stands in the upper deck of Daily's Place, and you see that. Then we get to the main event, the Dark Order, Colt Cabana. I think it was a Colt Cabana 10 and 5 taking on the Gun Club and Austin Gunn and their partner Cody, the TNT champion, who's now going by Cody Rhodes, which is great. He's like, "Fuck you! You're not gonna take the Rhodes name from me." So court for a while. So now he's back to being Cody Rhodes. That's nice. So this match is alright. It's also with Cody. Oh, sorry, not Five. John Silver was in the match. I thought Five was in the match. He was at ringside, I think, with I think the rest of the Dark Order. So Cody snaps him right back. Then he drops down, hits that patented Rhodes uppercut, and then he hits a fireman carry, drops to his knees, works the arm, tags in Austin Gunn. But Silver comes right by the chop in the corner. He sends Austin into the ropes. Austin hops over Silver, tries to roll him up, but Silver rolls through. Dodges a kick. Silver with a drop kick to the leg. Then a blockbuster on the mat for a near fall. Austin tags in Billy, comes in the Silver in the corner, and then Colt Cabana's like rubs the bald head of John Silver, idiot. That's why he sucks dick. It is what it is. Silver flexes in the middle of the ring. Then he tags in Colt Cabana. They lock up. Billy hits a shoulder tackle. He goes off the ropes, dives over, and gets hit with an elbow to the head. Colt flies into the corner. Billy catches him and drops Colt to the mat for a near fall. Tags in his son Austin. Comes in, works over the arm of John Silver, I believe it was. Colt Cabana. I think it was Colt Cabana. Sorry about that. Colt tags in 10, who gets back body drop, and Austin with a right hand to Colt. 10 misses hit a right hand, and Silver with a kick, and 10 with a spine on Austin. And he punches him, sends him into the corner, and then kicks the arm. Austin gets tossed into the corner head first. So they're isolating Austin. Silver comes in with right hands, and some more. He flexes like Johnny Hungy. So they're just beating the crap out of him. They send him they send Austin into an elbow from Colt, and they cover for a near fall. As we go to picture in picture. Then we come back. Austin is still getting isolated, but eventually Austin hits a high kick to the head, tags in his father Billy, and hits a right hand to 10, then another. And then Silver comes in, tilting work, and then hits the Billy Gunn, and then he splashes in the corner, goes to the Famouser, sends Colt off the apron, kick to 10, then he hits the Famouser for a near fall, as John Silver comes in to stop it. Cody comes in, hits his big patented power slam. Cody comes off the top rope, he dives on the Colt on the outside. Billy with a big splash to 10, tries to go on John Silver. Silver dives it, hits a high kick, and then they whip to 10. 10 hits a Gilmore cutter, and for a near fall. While in the ring, 10 hits Billy, and then Billy comes up with a boot. Austin gets the tag, grabs Colt, hits Crossroads. And then the quick draw, the 10, 1, 2, 3, the Gun Club and Cody Rhodes get the win over the Dark Order. And that's basically it. So nothing great in the main event. So I gave the main event 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that was that. That's that. So like I said, 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then the aftermath, which was pretty good. Dark Order tried to distract the Guns and Cody long enough. It's the Superman punch. I mean, the orange punch. John Silver. Then the Dark Order drag Silver away. And then they leave. And then Cody grabs the mic. Um, he says, I don't like to tell a story that's not true. His opponent at Full Gear is telling everyone at TNT he doesn't want him as the face of the network. He's too reckless, which is not true. It's fiction. TNT would love to have Darby as champion, and if the circumstances were different, Cody would like it as well. He solely recruited Darby to be in AEW. He's the one who floated Darby's name, and they were unsure of Darby that Cody had to wrestle Darby himself. There was that All Out 2, and that ended in a draw. And then the second one, Cody won. So I think this is the third match, this time for the title. So we'll see what happens. I think Cody will win. I just don't think Darby's going to win. I just don't think. Some chicanery is going to happen with that. Maybe the Team Taz is going to come out and just fuck up the match. But we'll see what happens with that. He tells Darby to take one last look at the title. This is the man who left the Empire, went to war, and actually won. And that pisses a lot of people off because the truth that he speaks contradicts the lies that a lot of people live. So stop lying. Wants the title, wants to be the face. He wants the ace belt. The problem is Darby's not the ace. And he drops the. So that ends the show. And we'll see what happens on Saturday for the TNT title between Darby Allin. I think he's going to hold on to the title. I just don't think Darby's going to be the face of the company. But, and if he does win, we'll probably lose the marks. And Team Taz will have the FTW title and the TNT title. And then they'll hold it for a little bit, not too long. Probably lose it at either on TV or at Revolution in February if they do Revolution. I assume they're gonna do Revolution 2. In February, the end of February the 28th. Let do it. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Computer went off, and fuck that. So we'll see what happens. After Full Gear, where we on the November the 10th, November the 11th edition, the Veterans Day edition of AEW, the aftermath of Full Gear. We'll see what happens. What happens? Who's going to be the AEW Tag Champs, FTR or the Bucks? Who's going to be the AEW Women's Champion, Nyla Rose or Hikaru Shida? And who becomes the AEW World Champion, Moxley or Eddie Kingston? And also Darby Allin and Cody becomes the TNT Champion. So we got all that. Also, we got Butcher and the Blade taking on the Natural Nightmares in the tag match. So that'll be it. And we see who becomes the number one contender to the world title, be Kenny Omega or Hangman Adam Page. And that's that. See if MJF joins the Inner Circle, which I think he will, which will not make Jericho a happy camper, but we'll see what happens with that. All right, everybody, that is it. Thank you all for watching this video. I gave AEW 7.5 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment or a video reply down below. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Any questions, put it down below in the comment section of the video or hit me up via Twitter or Facebook. If you're on Facebook, just hit Peter Gilmore. You'll find me somewhere. If you're on Twitter, hit the Twitter link down below and follow me on Twitter. Leave me a DM with your questions or just to say hello or whatever. And that's pretty much it. Don't forget to smash that bell and turn on all my notifications so you never miss an upload. Because there's going to be a lot of videos coming your way, especially tomorrow and Friday and Saturday. The next 3 days is going to be chock full of videos. So get ready for that. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So tomorrow I'll be live, not once, not twice, but 3 times on different channels. I'll do my Raw review first on the Killer Demons channel, then my NXT review on this channel, and then my Full Gear predictions on TGC 182 on the TGC Reborn channel. And that's that. And then Friday night, after I get home from work, it'll be a long day Friday, as another long Friday, but at least next week it's not going to be that long, a couple of hours. Just tomorrow, Friday is going to be really long, another 8-hour shift plus break, hopefully. But so I got to work till about 11:30, quarter to 12. I gotta wait for the overnight guy to come in, and then I'm off, and then go to sleep, and then I have to go into work at 4 o'clock up until 10 o'clock on Saturday. Just next week I might have to stay till 11. Sucks, but because I'm supposed to go 4 to 10 next week, but there's nobody coming afterwards, so I don't know if there's somebody coming in afterwards, or I have to stay till 11. But I might have to ask my boss if I should stay till 11, or maybe I could get one of my supervisors to take over before 10 o'clock, and that'll be like. But we'll see what happens next weekend, and that's that. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Also, this Saturday after when I get home from work on Saturday, give you my Full Gear review. I think Full Gear starts at 8 o'clock, so it probably won't end till about 11, maybe 12. So probably after Full Gear goes off the air, it's about 12:30, maybe around 1 o'clock. I'll give you my Full Gear review. Hopefully have a chat. We'll talk about it, and that's all I got to say about that. And that's it. So thank you for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore. Gonna go to sleep and enjoy my day off tomorrow. And I got a big day tomorrow. I got lots to talk about. Like I said, probably tomorrow early afternoon, probably around 11, 12 o'clock. I'll be live with my Raw review. Get that out of the way, and then probably sometime in the early afternoon, probably around 4 or 5 o'clock, maybe 6 o'clock. I'll do my NXT review on this channel, and then probably before I go to bed on tomorrow night, I'll give you TGC 182, my Full Gear predictions, and that's that. And then Friday, SmackDown, Saturday, the Full Gear review, and then off for hopefully 5 days. And then after Raw goes off the air on Monday, give you my Raw review. Wednesday, if I don't have to work, right after that, I'll give you my AEW review, and then Thursday, my NXT review, and then same thing as always next Friday after I get home from work, I'll give you my SmackDown review, and that'll be it for the week, for next week, and that's that. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore signing off. Hopefully by the end of this weekend, or by the end of this month, we'll have a fucking winner of this election. But it's not looking good for Mr. Trump. But looks like Biden's gonna be the new president. It fucking sucks. So get ready for World War III, ladies and gentlemen, and get ready for lockdowns all around the country, and get ready for more of this fucking virus. Because I don't think Biden's gonna do shit with this virus. Not that Trump did anything, but so this virus will probably continue on for the next 8 weeks into 2021. Hopefully, we get it contained, even with whoever is the president, if it's Trump or it's Biden. We'll see. And I guess, like I said, it looks like Biden's winning, and we're gonna get fucked. We're fucked. We are fucked in the ass without lube, ladies and gentlemen, because all these other countries are laughing at us right now. China is just salivating right now because they're about to fuck us over. They're gonna fuck us up. And get ready for a civil war in the United States. They had protests last night in D.C. They had some in Oregon. They're just waiting for a winner. So all out anarchy around the country, and probably in Canada too, and around the world, all out chaos. And then there's no way to stop it. There'll be looting, protests, people getting hurt, people getting just chaos. The cops are not gonna do shit. That's that. Just get ready for a socialist nation, ladies and gentlemen. And that's it. So hopefully, with the way it's going now, that Trump may win Pennsylvania. He's going to win Georgia, North Carolina. He lost. I believe he lost Michigan. He's about to lose Wisconsin. He's about to lose Nevada. So looks like Biden's going to win the Electoral College vote probably by tonight, if he hasn't won it by now. But Mr. Trump asked for a recount in Michigan, and probably he's going to ask for one in Pennsylvania if he loses Pennsylvania. So, yeah. Probably won't have a winner for a few days to about a week or two. Because I think it's going to be a recount all over the country. I think Trump's going to ask for a recount in every fucking state. Well, most states, except maybe for Arizona. But because he didn't ask for one in Arizona, because he knew he was going to lose Arizona. So I think he's going to get one in Michigan, maybe Wisconsin, and maybe Pennsylvania. If he loses Pennsylvania, because he has a pretty decent lead in Pennsylvania, but all those absentee ballots and the mail-in ballots. People are telling me that the mail-in ballots are going to. Most of them are going towards Biden, so Biden can possibly swoop up Pennsylvania and basically win the election. Like I said, I personally don't give two fucks. That's it. Because I'm done. I'm done voting. I'm not voting in the next election in 2024. I'm not voting for mayor. I'm not voting for governor. I could care less. I just hope Cuomo and De Blasio, they lose by a big margin. So I do not want to see both of them in office again. I want some new people and hopefully rebuild New York. New Jersey is okay. We got Governor Murphy. He's done a pretty good job. So when he goes up for re-election, I think he'll win. So we'll get probably 4 more years of Governor Murphy. So because he's pretty good. He's good. Not like Chris Christie, who fucked us over. Just saying. And that's all I gotta say about that. So we'll hopefully have a winner by this weekend, maybe next week, maybe by Thanksgiving. I don't know. We probably won't have. I think Trump will just stay in office until Inauguration Day on January the 20th. He just won't leave. He'll keep trying to somehow win this thing, because there's voter fraud and just utter chaos with the voting. There's record turnouts. I mean, a lot of people voted. I just think the mail-in thing was stupid enough with this fucking virus. I think people were just too pussy to go, like me. But I didn't bother to vote. I didn't want to because I knew this election was going to be a joke. That's all I got to say about that. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to go to bed. So, and probably watch the end of AEW, and then I'm gonna go to bed because Mrs. has to get up early for a appointment. So I'm probably gonna get up around 7:30, and probably play my phone for a little bit, and maybe take a quick nap before she comes back, and then get to all the stuff I got to do, my videos for tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Like I said, 3 videos tomorrow, hopefully, and we'll see what happens with that. So thank you for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore, signing off. Peace out. Rock on. If you're not down with that, fuck you, man. And that's it. So I'm out. Peace, bitches.